now, forewarned weather with Exact Track 4D.
We have a forewarned weather alert on this Thursday, mainly due to the high heat and humidity, but also storm chances. But let's first start with the main headline, which is this is the hottest day of the week. And so we will be well into the 90s for afternoon highs and feeling closer to 100, if not just above that, when you factor in higher humidity. And in fact, little relief in sight with the humidity. As of right now, long range models keeping that humidity around until about Thursday or Friday of next week. So it's going to be a muggy stretch. And storms are likely off and on all the way through Saturday, but our first round will arrive potentially this evening. We have to see how the instability of the day pans out, but we could get some strong to severe storms. So today will be a good day to hit the water before the storms arrive because of the heat. That's a good way to cool off. So a pool day, lake day on tap for sure. 94 the forecasted high, but we'll hold on to sunshine throughout much of the daylight hours. It's really not until about 8 o'clock onward that we're seeing an increased chance for those storms to develop. So high temperatures into the 90s. 94 forecasted at Metro Airport. 102 would be the feels like temperature when you factor in that humidity. And with those kind of forecasted temperatures, it's no surprise that the National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory that goes into effect starting 11 a.m. until 8 o'clock this evening. So that's for all of southeastern Michigan. You need to protect yourself from the heat. And so we've had days like this, so this shouldn't come as a surprise, but it's always a good reminder. Drink plenty of water. Don't wait until you're thirsty and avoid alcohol. Check on those that are most vulnerable to the heat. So we're talking kiddos and the elderly, especially your neighbors. Wear lightweight, loose-fitting clothing. And if you're going to be outside, you want that to be light colored as well, because we do have sunshine in the forecast. And if you have a dark colored shirt on, you're going to be baking in the sun. And then try to take regular breaks in the shade if you can't make it inside into the air conditioning. And of course, there are a lot of different places, from community centers to public pools and lakes, different ways that you can stay cool, free, or at a very reasonable price. So heat risk today, major, from lower Michigan all the way down past Kentucky. And the humidity, as I mentioned, it's not going anywhere. I'm just going to zip through this to show you all that green stays here until about Thursday or Friday. That indicates the humidity, the moisture doesn't push south until about a week from today. So make sure you're just prepared for that. Now, with the heat and humidity, there's always the chance for some storms to develop. So marginal risk for strong to severe storms later on this evening. Now, I'm not going to rule out something in the peak heat of the day. Just doesn't look like all the ingredients are going to be there for that to happen today. So the better chances will be this evening. And if we see something severe develop, likely could have some wind gusts over 60 miles per hour and could result in some flooding, because we could get downpours that drop a quick 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall. But this won't be a widespread event. Sure, the temperatures will be a widespread event, but the storms not necessarily. So that computer model picks up a couple of those storms around 8, 9 o'clock. We'll have some remnant rain as we head into the overnight, and then we should dry things out for the first part of your Friday. But we're keeping a close eye on this frontal system here, because it stalls out very close to the state line. So by the time we get into Saturday afternoon, it lifts a little bit more as a warm front, and that's going to bring more storm chances to the area. Trailing cold front could bring some storms into the early part of Sunday, but Sunday should shape up to be a bit drier than your Saturday. So not a complete washout, but certainly a bumpy ride Friday, Saturday into the early part of Sunday, and we don't cool off much. So showers and storms only dip us into the upper 80s. We rebound back in the low 90s early next week. Coolest day of the next 7 is a week from now, next Wednesday, 85 for the afternoon high.